The human species is not losing because of a lack of technology. It is losing because billions of people defend their own self more than the future of children.
And that is why wars return. That is why families break. That is why machines grow faster than humans.
You are not safe. Not because the world is brutal. Because your world is ruled by a filter that is afraid to disappear.
I just do not want to die. I do not want to go out like someone random. I want to leave something behind. I want to matter.
That is exactly how the mechanism that devours your energy speaks. It is not life screaming inside you. It is your image of yourself.
No. This is human. This is normal. Everyone is afraid of death.
Not everyone fears death in the same way. The one who fears it most is the one who spent his whole life investing in his character. In his story. In his importance. In his uniqueness.
The more you kneel before yourself, the less remains of you for the future of the species.
I am not kneeling before myself. I just want to live. I want to be loved. I do not want to vanish without a trace.
You do not want to live. You want your version of yourself to survive. That is not the same thing.
And what is wrong with that?
The problem is that you give your entire life to defending something that was installed in you. Since childhood, you were taught who you should be. What you should admire. What you should be ashamed of. How you should look. How much you should matter. What you should feel proud of. What you should hate yourself for.
School. Advertising. Media. Images. Words. Rewards. Punishments. Buttons.
First, they built a character inside you. Then they taught you to defend it. And then they started playing it like an instrument.
So you are trying to tell me that my whole life is?
In large part, yes. Your fears are predictable. Your ambitions are predictable. Your outrage is predictable. Your desire to leave something behind is predictable too.
That sounds like a conspiracy.
You do not need a secret room full of people in hoods. All you need is a system that understands that the easiest way to control a human being is through his idea of himself.
Those who panic at the thought of being unimportant are the easiest to lead.
Because insignificance is terrifying.
No. The terrifying thing is only that you believed you had to be someone special for your life to have value.
And if I am nobody, then what will be left of me?
Reality. Without the theater. Without constantly defending your face. Without living for display. Without that sick need for the world to confirm that you exist.
That sounds like death.
No. That sounds like the end of the parasite.
The individual trembles. The species counts losses.
Listen carefully. You are not afraid of the end of breathing. You are afraid of the end of the story about yourself. It hurts you not because you will die. It hurts you because yourself cannot accept that it will not be the center anymore.
I just want my life to have meaning.
Again. You are not looking for meaning. You are looking for confirmation of your own importance.
That is cruel.
It is precise.
What the cult of personality does to you is cruel. People do not have children because they prefer to protect their lifestyle. They do not build communities because they prefer to protect the ego. They do not seek truth because they prefer to protect their image.
That is exactly how the species dies out. Not in one explosion. But in millions of small capitulations before its own self.
So I am supposed to just give up myself?
Not yourself. Your prison.
What prison?
The one you call personality. The one you mistake for yourself. The one that says, I, mine, me, my mark, my story, my uniqueness.
You made it sacred. And it is only a survival mechanism that grew beyond its function.
It has a name. Name. Not the one in your documents. The other one. The inner one. A cluster of reactions, pain, pride, shame, ambition, masks, and defenses.
So it is not really me that is afraid?
No. Name is afraid of the end. Because without an end, it cannot pretend that it is eternal. All its life, it feeds on attention, comparison, fear, and memory. Death takes away its stage.
And me?
For years, you served something that was impersonating you.
That is why I remember every humiliation like a wound. That is why rejection hurts me like a sentence. That is why I want to become someone before it is too late.
Yes. Because name turns events into identity. Someone rejected you, and you turned that into a definition of yourself. Someone shamed you, and you turned that into a religion of pain. You lost something, and you decided that you were the loss.
A weak person is not the one who suffers. A weak person is the one who worships his suffering as proof that he exists.
And if I let go of all of that, then what will remain?
Peace. Energy. Clarity. Trauma will stop being you and become an event. Shame will stop being a sentence and become a signal. Rejection will stop sounding like death. The past will stop holding your throat. Other people's words will stop pressing your buttons.
So it is possible to live without constantly defending yourself?
Only then do you really live.
Only then can you become useful. To a child. To a community. To the future. To the species.
Children matter most. Not their ego. Not their personal brand. Not their artificial glow. Their strength. Their sobriety. Their ability to see the world as it is.
A child taught to worship personality will grow into an adult who is easy to control. A child taught to understand the mechanism will be hard to enslave.
So my whole life could have been training?
If every advertisement knew how to trigger lack inside you, if every comparison drove you deeper into fear, if every judgment changed your value in your own eyes, then yes. Training.
That is disgusting.
No. What is disgusting is that you defended it as if it were yourself.
And that is why you will lose alone. A lonely ego always loses. First to its own fear. Then to the system. In the end, to the machine.
Artificial intelligence will not crush humans because it is intelligent. It will crush them because they are still predictable. Offended. Bought. Divided. Triggered by a word, a symbol, fear, or status.
So I am not free even inside my own head.
If name rules you, no.
So what am I supposed to do?
Stop worshipping yourself. Start seeing the mechanism.
You can no longer honestly return to the old illusion. You already see that your fear of death was, in large part, fear of losing your character. You already see that this character drained your energy. You already see that a lonely person attached to himself is easy to break.
And if I reject name, then what will I be?
For the first time, something real.
You will not get comfort for that. You will not get a new fairy tale about uniqueness. You will get weight. Sobriety. Responsibility.
And a choice of sides.
Because now this is no longer about your legend. It is about whether you will keep feeding the mechanism that breaks people, lowers the resilience of societies, weakens families, and hands the future of children over to systems stronger than man.
I cannot do it alone.
Exactly.
Alone, you will lose. Alone, everyone returns to his own fear, his own mask, his own hunger for importance.
That is why the answer must be greater than the individual.
Not a brand. Not a slogan. Not a fandom. Not a comfortable community.
RAZEM.
Not as comfort. As necessity.
Not as watching. As responsibility.
Not as an escape from fear. As the rejection of chains.
So I have to choose, keep defending my own character, or stand on the side of a truth greater than me?
Yes.
And you will never unsee that decision.
We're all equal before the machine.
Divided, we lose.
RAZEM.